Hello sir, my name is Agus Wisnatius. I'm from Management Department. Without any further ado, let's get into the topic. How to write email. Email is one of the most widely used forms of communication both in and out of the workplace. Because of its speed and efficiency, you will likely use email in some capacity no matter your role or industry. You can write professional emails for a variety of reasons. For example, you might need to recap an important meeting, exchange information, relay an important update, or send a letter of introduction. A well-composed email provides the recipient with a friendly, clear, concise, and actionable message. These some tips and best practices to help you write effective professional emails. First, identify your goal. Before you write an email, ask yourself what you want the recipient to do after they have read it. Once you have determined the purpose of your email, you can ensure everything you include in your message support this action. For example, if you want the recipient to review a report you've attached, let them know what the report is, why you need them to review it, what sort of feedback you need, and when you need the task completed. Second, consider your audience. When you compose an email message, make sure your tone matches your audience. For example, if you're emailing a business executive you've never met, keep the email polished and free of any joke or informalities. On the other hand, if you're emailing a colleague with whom you have a good relationship, you might use a less formal, more friendly approach. Third, keep it concise. Your audience might have little time to read through your email, so make it as brief as possible without leaving out key information. Try not to address too many subjects at once, as this can make your message lengthy, challenging to read, and difficult to take action on. When editing your email, take out any information that is irrelevant to the topic you're addressing. Use short, simple sentences by removing filler words and extra notes information. This will make your note shorter and easier to read. Fourth, proofread your email. An error-free email demonstrates diligence and professionalism. Before you send an email, take a moment to check for any spelling, grammar, or syntax error. Also, double-check to ensure you have include any attachment you may have referenced in your message. If it is an important email to critical stakeholders, you might ask your direct supervisor or a trusted colleague to read over it before you send it. Fifth, use proper etiquette. Include a courteous greeting and closing to sound friendly and polite. Additionally, be considerate of the recipient and their time. For example, unless it's an emergency, avoid emailing a contact asking for something after hours or while they are on leave. Sixth, remember to follow up. Most people receive several emails per day, so they might miss or forget to respond to your message. If the recipient has not replied within 2 working days, consider reaching back out with a friendly follow-up email. The second topic is how to make phone call. Learn telephoning or making a phone call for you all is a must in learning English. Therefore, please follow the discussion this time about telephoning, making a phone call in English, which is also equipped with telephone conversation for direct exercise. In this case, we will study the ethics of calling and receiving telephone calls, of course in the size of politeness and professionalism. Later we will also learn various expressions or sentences commonly used in this activity. A. telephoning procedures in English. In telephone conversation using English that needs to be considered in general is politeness and politeness of the caller. Some of the procedures for making good phone calls in English are as follows. First, speak clearly. 2. Be polite and responsive. Third, be as helpful as possible. Fourth, ask permission first if you must put the caller on hold. Fifth, take a good message if applicable and pass it on to the recipient if the phone call is not for you. Sixth, thank the caller. The various points above explain how the procedure for making phone calls that we can consider and make guidelines. The first thing we have to pay attention to is we must talk clearly. Clearly here both in terms of pronunciation and the volume of sound that we release, so it must be ascertained that what we say is good. The essence of the above procedures is of course that we must be polite, clear, and place the caller is in an important position and not to ignore it. D. Sentence expression in telephone conversation. As a first step in studying this telephone conversation, please learn several expressions or sentences that can be used in telephone conversation below. First, when you are a caller. Hello, is that Maeve? Can I speak to Maeve? May I speak to Maeve? Second, when you are a receiver. This is Maeve speaking, who's that? Who's speaking, please? Who's calling, please? Third, when you ask the caller to wait. One moment, please. Just a minute, please. Hold on, please. Hang on, please. When you ask the caller to leave messages. Can you leave the message? Can I take your message? Would you like to leave a message? Would you like him or her to call you back? Fifth, when calling the wrong number. I'm afraid you got the wrong number, sorry. I think you reached the wrong number. Sixth, when finished talking. Nice talking to you, talk to you late, happy to talk with you, see you later. There are words and sentences that are often used with examples of English conversation. This time we are expected to be more enthusiastic in learning English at home. So we don't need to bother and are confused looking for materials. This discussion about telephoning, making a phone call in English, is a little long, but I am sure it will not be a problem for those of you who want to immediately master how to do telephone conversation in English. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.